The following presentation may contain language unsuitable for elderly grandparents, household pets, and nuns. Unnamed Drag Productions accepts no responsibility for any resulting homosexuality, teenage pregnancy, or chemical dependency that may transpire as a result of listening to this garbage fountain. You have been warned. Enjoy! Unnamed Drag Podcast.
For listeners at home, Marilyn Sane has just decided to treat everyone with a nip slip for some unforgivable, unknown reason.
Also, for anyone listening on the podcast, I'm wearing all my necklaces.
Yeah, we've decided if we're not always going to be in drag, then we should definitely just dress up for the occasion.
I like that you punctuated that with opening an energy drink.
Yeah, exactly.
Basically,
Get it, girl.
The length
Get
of
it.
these episodes is now just however long it takes us to drink an energy drink.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Also, I was like, what do we wear? And you were like, something extra.
Yeah.
So now both of her outfits are very extra, read all about it.
If you want to see us on YouTube, I'm dressed as Hot Topic Goes to Butt Plug Week.
I'm dressed as a vampire at Club Tropicana.
Oh my god, you are.
Yeah, like...
Club Tropicana, drink some blood. That's rubbish. I can do Club Tropicana, suck some necks. No, that doesn't rhyme. What rhymes with drinks are free?
Drink some whey.
I mean, if you could be that kind of vampire.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take these off though because these are so heavy. And
Really?
yeah.
Let me try them on.
My eyeballs are sweating, and I'm wearing. Those listening at home, I'm wearing a pair of like Lady Gaga the Fame sort of sunglasses.
They've got massive studs on them.
Yeah, they're really heavy and they're
Oh my
making my
God.
eyes sweat.
Yeah, I can see that.
But they're really fun.
Yeah, and plus if you headbutted someone in these, they would die.
The good thing about them, I mean, they're not even mine, they're Nick's. They belong to my husband. But you can wear them in such a way that because they've got a little bit of room at the front, they do accommodate lashes. So they're very much like a walkout with them on and then like, to reveal that my eyes are crap.
To reveal the terrible job you've done on your makeup.
Yeah, normally it just reveals that kind of like, oh, her eyes are so snatched, whereas mine is just like, what, like snagged? Is that a description for good eye makeup?
An eyelash trapped in a revolving door.
Just like when it looks like when you've got those bristles on your letterbox and they're like poking through the other side of the flap.
Oh, Jesus.
Just kind of trapped there, wiggling.
Like car lashes.
Yeah. Oh my god. Just think.
Someone sneezed in a hairdresser.
I saw that the other day, just no matter how bad a day that you're having, just remember that there is someone out there who has bought and attached eyelashes to their headlights. And if you are that person,
Good for fucking you.
I hope you're happy with yourself because no one else is.
You know what? I am really I disagree. I really enjoy a car lash.
Why?
Because why the fuck not? Life's too short.
Because it's just...
But also unbearably long. No, yeah.
Somehow it's a little bit paradoxical, isn't it? Like, how come life is so short but also
unbearably long?
Yeah, days turn into fucking weeks. And it's the
Welcome to Unnamed Drag Depression.
Welcome to Unnamed Drag Podcast again, where we don't really know how to host a podcast and just go off on tangents immediately.
Podcast.
Yeah, have we got a sentence yet? Probably not. Let's find out. So, a bit of my dreadlock. There we go. You know, it's not the transitive property, there's another expression for it. It's like, when you are a child and you get like your summer holidays, those 7 weeks or whatever last forever.
Yeah.
But now you're trying to make plans with a friend and it's just like, I can see you in like 6 to 8 weeks, and you're like, oh, that's soon.
Yeah.
I don't know if there'll be enough time to make a brisket.
You know, it's like when you're flicking through your diary and you're like, ooh, I can do next year, and I'm planning on having a breakdown next year. So can we
exactly.
do it's like maybe in about 40 years. It's like, oh, I could do that, although I'm planning on having a really traumatic divorce in 40 years.
Can we work around my check into the Betty Ford Clinic? Oh, I've always wanted to go there. I've just started a Kickstarter, trying to fund it.
We should start a Patreon.
We could start a Patreon. Comment below, or
If you would give us £2.
comment below, or Mum, text me. We all subscribe to our Patreon.
For just £2 a month, you can help these queens get some better fashion sense.
Exactly. Maybe the more that you spend, maybe one of the treats that people unlock is that we finally turn up to work in proper drag.
Do you remember that? Oh! People are still watching our old YouTube stuff.
Yeah.
I went on it today.
I know, because someone stopped me in private and was like, oh my god, can I have a picture with you? I've watched one of your YouTube.
Yeah,
and
people watch those.
I always say what I have to say, which is, we can't give you that time back. I'm
so
sorry.
sorry. So sorry.
I've watched some of your videos like 3 times. He's just like, and it could excuse the first one.
Yeah.
The other 2 are on you.
But like, they're still getting comments every now and again.
Really?
Someone commented on the hacks in drag one, where we just came up with drag hacks. Mine were real, yours were
serious,
fake.
and mine were, yeah.
Yours were all
yeah,
jokes.
yeah.
But someone actually commented like, does the maple syrup thing work?
It did! It did! Right. So, if you haven't seen the Drag Hacks episode...
Hacks in drag.
Hacks in Drag that we did. And the funny thing was, we were like, oh, comment below if you want to see more, because this could just be part 1. We've got so many lies and rhubarbs to tell you.
You can set your foundation with asbestos.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
If a child dies now, it's their own fault.
Yeah, precisely. Like, I mean, kids ate Tide Pods, so it's not our responsibility anymore to look after the next generation.
Don't eat Tide Pods.
It's gone full Darwin Awards at this point.
I mean, they do
If
look
you die,
delicious, though.
they do look delicious.
I've always wanted to. I just appreciate them for taking that leap.
It'd be so satisfying to bite into one for like a fraction of a millisecond.
And then you're in a sticky mess.
You'd be like, oh, that felt so... My friend's cat sat on one, and
Does it smell glorious?
they needed to have like a little bath, but it actually got a really terrible chemical burn where
Really?
it went all like red and their fur fell out and stuff. They're actually really toxic
Holy shit.
when they're in that concentrate, which is why they do say like keep them away from kids because they're just crazy.
Don't eat Tide Pods.
Don't eat Tide Pods, but do use asbestos to set your makeup because I used maple syrup to block out my brow. As a joke, and then it did work. I mean, I know for a fact that would have sweated off.
I mean, would it?
I think it would have done.
Let's try it,
The
bitch.
biggest like gag of the whole thing was me saying, and the maple syrup is pigmented, so it'll take the blue out of your brow.
Yeah, you fucking idiot.
and then saying it and then just being like, see, vanished. Like,
And then just
one
leaning
eyebrow.
like, can't believe that worked.
Yeah.
We're both just sat there like, whoa.
Yeah. Wow,
It's so stupid.
But a lot of the stuff that we did on our YouTube channel was so stupid.
Yeah.
So stupid. I mean, I'm not saying that this isn't stupid. Hello.
Look at us.
Yeah, like, this is a travesty. I really look like I'm ready to, I don't know, just like I'm phoning it in to go to Torture Garden, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm going to that fetish night hard on. Is that still going? I don't know.
Yeah.
I never went. My friend Lucy went once and they forced her to take her trousers off.
Forced her?
Yeah, because when she got there, they were like, this is a sex club and you're not dressed like revealingly enough, so you can have to take your trousers off or something. So she was just walking around in her thong and she said it was so gross because everywhere where she sat down it was like wet.
Oh.
And you're like, is that sweat? Is that wee? Is
Oh
it,
my God.
Like, is it spilt beer? We'll never know until we get home and look in the mirror and see what shade it's dried.
Oh my God. I always think though, like there's these sex clubs where like people like can just go and like do whatever.
Yeah, it's like free
Imagine
range.
being the cleaner. Imagine that.
I think the only way to do it would be like that bit in the
When they turn on the lights and it's like, what did they do to you?
It would have to be like the bit in the Alien movie when Riley just goes in there, Ripley, sorry, just goes in there with a flamethrower and torches all the eggs.
Yeah.
And as she's burning the sex club remains, you hear screaming. all these never babies that never got to be. But also that one guy who's like been trapped in the sex club for 3 days and hasn't been able to find his way back out. That happened actually to someone in it's called like the Bulldog in Brighton or something.
Someone got lost?
It's like a kind of like, again, sexy muscle queen sort of go in there and whatever happens. But yeah, someone just, it was like, go in there on Friday and it's 24 hours, so you just like, don't come back out again if you get sidetracked, and they were in there for like 3 days.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Are they okay?
I think so.
What, just living off cum? Just like blowing bubbles for a week after?
Just like eating flavoured lube as soup. Trying to get the nutrition from somewhere.
They do a burp at work, it's like, sorry, neat seat.
They burped and it blew a bubble. Like, Glenda was in there like, let me out! It was terrible.
Are you a good witch or a bad witch?
Yeah. Sorry, I've had this hair in like all this time and I still can't stop playing with it.
Please put your hair down.
What?
Although this is a lot better than what you were gonna wear.
What do you mean?
That fucking stack of grey, bubbly...
You
Bollocks.
know that I'm going to pop that out. The only reason why I didn't wear it is because it doesn't match my tinted eyebrows at the moment. They're tinted. They're bleached and assaulted. Tinted. They're fully toilet ducked.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Like I douched Mr. Muscle and then he just popped it out on my brow. That's
I'm going to the beauty supply store, walks into B&Q. Caustic soda is a great exfoliant.
Oh my god, will you stop sharing these catastrophic beauty tips?
Beauty tricks for
Yeah.
a post-apocalyptic girl.
Yeah, tips and trips and desperations and where there's blame there's a claim, Gladstone Brooks like that but with makeup. But I don't know, I've never really felt like we're the kind of people that you should come for too much advice.
People ask us for advice. There was that person who messaged us, was like, can you do a video about coming out?
Oh god, no, my coming out story is a mess.
We were like very comedy heavy channel.
Yeah.
So we didn't want to go like that serious with it.
The most serious we got, I think, were Q&As. But again, people.
And the Pride video.
Yeah.
That was talking about Pride.
Yeah, but at the same time, I think that we approached it with like a buoyancy.
Someone messaged, someone commented and was saying that, can you do a video on how to like safely wear a corset? I was like, no. My kidneys still hurt from Pride. No, I am the last person to tell you what to do.
Yeah, it's like the safest way to wear a corset is like step 1, don't wear a corset. It's uncomfortable, it's horrendous.
Step 2, pray for your liver.
Yeah, honestly. I mean, when you take a corset off and you've got like that kind of the railway tracks of India going all over my ample frame, it's just not the one.
Yeah, when you've been like icing bagged for the whole evening.
Have you been sunbathing on a George Formby grill? George Formby?
George Foreman.
George Foreman, sorry. It's because of that fucking joke. Oh god,
George
honestly.
Formby.
George Formby grill.
George Formby.
Hello, my name is Mum. Whatever happened to Peter Kay?
I don't know, I think people got bored of reminiscing.
Yeah, that's it. Observational comedy, right, just looking at things.
Yeah, like,
you know, sunglasses.
Yeah.
To be fair, he did have some good jokes.
Yeah, he did, he was very funny.
But I mean, that's a stretch. That's like saying your favourite comedian is Michael McIntyre, who's just posh.
Yeah.
That's all it is, he's
just posh and has floppy hair.
Yeah. Who is your favourite comedian, actually, Ryan?
Oh, God. I'm really into Catherine Ryan at the moment.
Oh,
see, it's so hard. Her shows on Netflix, I could watch them on repeat in my house.
The thing is, I just watched the most recent one that she did, and I can't remember anything about it, but when I watched the first one, I could, like, quote bits of it immediately.
I can quote bits.
It really
The Glitter Room.
It really stuck in my head.
Yeah.
The Trouble one, is that what the first one's called? Trouble?
I think so, yeah.
Catherine Ryan Trouble.
Yeah.
But yeah, the glitter, I don't know, there were lots of bits that really made me
There's nothing
laugh.
you could steal, that's what I mean. It's like, nothing stuck in my head. I didn't write anything down for my next performance.
I think there was just a certain cadence about, she had that repeating joke that was, accidentally I fell in love with him, and I was like, 10 out of 10, can relate, did that so many times.
Yeah.
One of the first times that I ever was fully convinced that I was in love and like used to write terrible poetry about it.
You write terrible poetry now.
It was a... We'll come back to that.
Right.
It was a homeless punk that I saw on a TV show on Channel 4.
You were in love with someone you'd never met?
Yeah, like really badly. Because I, like growing up as like a little young weirdo queerling, like queerdo, if you will,
when does that phase end?
Never, apparently.
Never.
So growing up in that sort of scenario, seeing someone like that who was like had like a mohawk and piercings and nail polish on, that was gay. I was like, I didn't know that existed. I just thought that everyone was just like sassy twinks from Glasgow. That was all that.
Everyone was wearing blue jumpers and chinos.
Yeah, everyone just, you know, shopped in Tammy Girl but pretended it was unisex. Which then became E-Tam, which then became liquidated. Yeah. Yeah, that is what it became.
Yeah.
Many a Saturday afternoon I got dragged around E-Tam, just like, what do you think of this? I think it looks awful. That's what I think. And I am prepubescent.
Your friends sound terrible.
No, they were great. It was Scotland. There's only so much you can do in a small town in southwest Scotland.
Yeah, that's true.
This is what I mean about like heading off to Edinburgh and Glasgow, having a good time. It's only an hour to get to Carlisle, back to the border, take me home. No, I'm kidding. Scotland's absolutely fine.
I grew up in the middle of nowhere too, but like mine was adjacent.
Well, your dad needed somewhere to helter bodies. Father-son bonding time is just digging shallow graves.
But like being gay in the middle of nowhere is like next level, because then you get like, obviously wherever you go you've got to get the bus, and then there's that whole anxiety about, do I look gay? Sat here in a kimono.
I think that that donkey's been put out to pasture. That ass.
As a teenager, you're like, is it showing? Like, that's a big thing. I used to like want to cry on the bus because I was wearing something with a cowl neck.
Did you see your reflection in the window?
Fuck off. But yeah, like being a gay in the middle of nowhere and like.
Don't knock the table, darling. Careful.
Oh shit! Sorry.
It might pick up on the.
This isn't a table.
Don't blow up my spot. I've worked very hard at this set. How could you?
Aye.
Cries in Gaga. Weeps behind spiked sunglasses.
Oh, you're awful.
I know. Oh, why is anyone still paying attention? Your mum, my mum. No. So yeah. No, that's the thing. I had like a whole kind of identity thing when I was like 16, because suddenly a lot of my friends. It's really weird because
You didn't have any friends.
I did! I had pals and everything.
Wow.
I mean, you know, speed's one hell of a drug. So, I'm actually just talking to a load of sock puppets. We're gonna be friends forever! No, so when I was like kind of 13, 14, 15, a lot of my friends were like the alternative lot, but also but the alternatives and the gays like kind of overlapped, and there was a lot of like, I'm bisexual, and like they were or they weren't, it doesn't really matter, everyone's just exploring.
Yeah.
You know, dicks were sucked, things were said that weren't men,
Everyone's
relationships were terminated on MSN.
Everyone was like, oh, I'm bisexual, but really it was just, no, you're just going through puberty.
Yeah, you just want to fuck anything.
Calm down.
Yeah, just horny, fam. Don't worry. But then when I was like about 16, about like 16, I started to make friends with a lot of straight men. And I started to kind of...
I've never gone through that.
Almost in a way, just not intentionally, but like kind of emulate their personalities.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and sort of act in a sort of way that was a bit more like mask or whatever. And then...
I cannot picture
I
that.
know. And then moved to Nottingham, I went to college and started to hang around, and this was the other thing as well, they were all like older, they were like in, you know, 18s and 20s and had their own flats and stuff.
So you sucked their dicks?
And stop it, I was madly in love with one of them as well.
Of course you were. Of course you were.
But I was like running around 16 years old playing at being a grown-up, came back down to college, met people who were like genuinely acting 16.
Yeah.
And like kind of felt a little bit like I was regressing, but as I regressed, I also just got super fucking flouncy and effeminate again.
Oh, yeah.
But then at some point in my life, I think I reached an equilibrium of like, oh no, this is actually who I am.
That's the thing though.
Which is a little bit, can be a little bit, I don't know, mask is too strong a word.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Can flounce, but can also, you know, daytime passable man just gonna go and pick up a hammer.
I have no interest in
and then put the handle up my bussy. No, I'm kidding. I don't really know what I'm trying to say, Marilyn. Take the stage.
I don't know. I'm getting more and more militant as I get older. Like whenever
being defiantly flouncy.
Yeah, like you said, passable then, and it made me palpably angry. I have no interest in being passable.
Passable's a dirty word.
Yeah, it is,
isn't it? Because there's an expectation about the word passable as well. It's just like
I don't owe anyone masculinity.
No, and it's the same with like you know any kind of trans or non-binary person.
Yeah.
They don't owe you any predetermined vision of what is masculine, what is androgyny, something in between. Like you owe no fucking nothing at the end of the day.
Absolutely.
That's how it should be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You owe no one your masculinity, femininity. You don't have to prescribe yourself to anything in order to please the world around you.
No.
But yeah, I'm getting more and more militant queer
all
as
the
I
time in
get
bed.
older. But also, like, a very difficult thing is being a homosexual who has to take public transport all the time. So I always get, like, I'll put on an outfit and think, I look sick, but then I'm like, oh, I've got to get the bus.
Yeah.
Like...
I mean, I use it to my advantage, and I think I might have talked about this with you or on the channel before, but I do use it to my advantage the way that I present piercings, tattoos, 6'1", broad shoulders, you know, Hungarian shot puller over here.
I have friends
so
who
I just think that people don't, I don't know, people
fuck
might,
with you.
People People might laugh at the way that I'm dressed, but I don't think that anyone would like fuck with me unless it was maybe like a group of guys. But then they'd beat me up and I'd just be like, oh, stop, I can only get so hard, and hopefully that would diffuse.
Whereas I've always been like a flouncy bean sprout, so it's a lot more of like a danger zone for me.
That's such a good drag name.
Flouncy bean sprout.
Amazing.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stage, Flouncy Bean Sprout.
No, remember we're not doing any of that.
Oh, fuck off.
Nothing adjacent. We've left that. That's our old life, Marilyn. We've left that behind.
Okay, fine.
I'm kidding.
But
but you are a fancy bean sprout and you're beautiful with it.
No, absolutely, and I think so too. Like, go me. But at the same time,
you haunt my life like a sexy ghost.
Getting public transport and like when people are like, racism and homophobia, that's not still a thing, is it? And it's very transparent that they drive to work, drive home, and don't really see the world.
Yeah.
And
exactly.
I'm like, when was the last time you got called a faggot from a van, Sharon?
Yeah,
no,
exactly.
fuck off. It's still very much a thing.
But Queer Eye is really popular on Netflix. That's Netflix.
Yeah.
And this is about people living in a little bubble, I think, isn't it? At the end of the day, if you're living through, everything's just through your own personal experience and it's your own, you know, what is it?
The prism of your own experience.
Yeah, there's, is it myopic?
I don't fucking know.
There's a word that's like myopic or something.
That's like 3 syllables or some shit.
It is. Do you have your phone?
No, it's over there.
Oh,
anyway,
I want to Google the word myopic.
I don't give a shit.
No!
So,
I heard it in Daria and it was clever one time. Yeah, fuck it doesn't matter, does it?
Yeah,
but anyway, it's that whole thing of, it's like blinkered perspective.
Yeah.
Where, you just think that everything's kind of alright because you're never exposed to anything that tells you otherwise.
If you get called
ostrich syndrome as well, when people just dig their head in the sand and they're just like, oh, do you still need a pride? It's fine. It's just like, pick up a paper. Please educate yourself.
If you get called a faggot from a van, here's a great thing to do. So I was walking to work once, and
hacks in drag, part 2.
Either take a photo of the license plate and post it on Facebook, post it on social media, get your friends to share it.
Wow.
I was walking to work once, got called a faggot out of a van, and it was someone's work van. So I was like, if anyone sees anyone with this company van driving in this direction towards this town, feel free to throw apples at them, blah, blah, blah.
Oh,
my friend called Winnie
amazing.
there, my friend on Facebook, Jeanette, she's a fucking angel. She rang the company and acted as if she had seen this from the pavement. She was like, I've just seen one of your employees do this. This is horrendous. You can't get away with this. He got like a disciplinary at work for calling someone a faggot from a van. Don't call people faggots from vans. It's not cute.
But it works both ways. Do not hang out the side of the taxi, drag queens going, oh, give me that daddy dick, daddy.
Why not? They deserve it.
I suppose that's appreciation, isn't it? That's just letting them know that even though they kind of let themselves go, we'd still fuck you, even though your wife won't. I'm sorry, this is so offensive.
Someone called me a vile old queen once, and it was so flattering.
Really?
I love it. You vile old queen.
Yeah, it's just like, oh God, what's that line in Will and Grace? It says, Mrs. Walker, you're simply awful. And she goes, oh honey, you don't even know the half of it.
So when someone says, what's wrong with you? Almost everything.
Yeah, thank you, Liz Lemon from 30 Year Old.
I love it.
But yeah, I think leaning into your fanciness is just the most wonderful thing ever.
It's so empowering.
I love it. How there was a long period of time at kind of Dirty Filthy Sexy where people would turn up and if they were like, oh, they're kind of a little bit dressed up, that's really cool. And now it's turned into like, everyone
bring your queer
out, bringing their queerness, and everyone just looks. I mean, not that people didn't look amazing before. I'm not saying that, but it's like this little following and our kind of core favourite people that come along now to it, and they're all just like, this is a place where I can dress the fuck up.
Yeah.
And I love it, but do be careful because if you upstage us, you will be evicted from the premises, you will be asked to leave.
It's like whenever someone at Dirty Filthy Sexy is like, where I'm going, I'm like, get home safe, because I know that people have to get public transport.
That's the thing.
It's a vicious world out there.
I mean, Draven, not that long ago, was just like, oh, I'm gonna like walk up and get a taxi, and I was like, you're on your own, are you sure you're going to be okay? First sign of trouble, run back round and just come back in.
Yeah.
Like, don't fuck with it. Just,
Yeah.
And that's upsetting. I mean, it's like the Pride mentality again, isn't it? When people are like heading home from Pride and you can see them all taking off their rainbow necklaces and all of
because
that.
they've left that immediate safe space.
Spitting out mouthfuls of cum. Sorry! I'm sorry! I can talk seriously, I can. Like, spitting it into a napkin to save it for later. I'm sorry! I'm sorry.
Rubbing wire wool on their inner thighs, trying to get rid of Enrique from earlier.
Enrique!
Yeah.
Oh god, he lisped into my pussy. So softly. No. So sorry for your pussy. Right. I'm gonna stop now. That was horrible. But people kind of like their own version of de-dragging. You know?
Oh yeah.
Having to peel back to the daytime.
Well,
like,
me.
I hope that no one sees that I'm a big flounce. What are you doing?
Cut to me after
Why are you
Pride.
twisting my netting?
I wish you were dead. Cut to me after Pride. In my full gown, regalia, was like, I now have to walk from Hockley to the Contemporary, which isn't far. It's like, what, 3 streets away, that kind of distance.
Yeah.
So it's not far, but it's far enough to be out of the immediate Pride setting.
The bubble, that's what
so
it is.
Like, you leave the bubble, and then I went to Sainsbury's and bought a bottle of wine, so I'm stood in a queue in full drag.
Did you
in
ever
Sainsbury's.
know that you're my hero?
But then I had these 2 drunk women behind me like, can we have a photo? And
I'm trying to buy wine.
like, how
Karen.
dare you? This isn't Disneyland,
Karen.
but also absolutely you can.
Karen, Sharon, calm down. Actually,
Sharon, Becky, stay still.
that was after Pride when I was also in Horns and for Regalia because, you know, you did something and I was like, I want to do that.
That's fun.
I'm going to dress as Spyro. Anyway, I walked from rough trade just down to the Lord Roberts, and that's still in the quarter.
It's still in the bubble.
I was stood there, like, trying to negotiate the fact that all the streets have been cut off and there's Ubers and taxis flying by. Can I have a selfie? Oh, you shouldn't have looked so great if you didn't want a selfie with me. Blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, I'm gonna miss my taxi. So I'm kind of trying not to be rude.
That is the...
But also at the same time, I'm like, I've got the Uber app open. I'm like actively look, and also because of the whole like one-way close off thing. I saw it like circle and go around, and I was like, bitches, he drove past me, and he's having to come back round again. So
that's the thing at Pride. People are desperate for a photo.
Yeah, but I just had to like bolt it into the back of the cab, just like, please, no more photos. And as I tried to get in, one of my
respect my privacy during this difficult time.
As I dipped in, one of my horns got caught in the door. And it's like, that's that period of That's that period of glamour. Well, I wasn't going to take them off and then get in.
Yeah.
Because it was
on the way to Pride, we both like were just lying down in the taxi because we can't sit up.
We're just there at like, what angle is this?
Yeah.
What would you call that? Like 160 degrees?
Yeah, just like planking all the way to Pride.
I told them,
you were like, are you okay? I'm like, the corset's keeping me together.
Yeah, I was just like, my abs are on fire for them.
Yeah.
But the taxi driver was lovely.
He was lovely.
And
he was just having a great day.
Just a great day picking up drag queens left, right and centre.
Absolutely.
Yeah, completely. I think that's everything that I want to say on the matter there, Marilyn.
Absolutely.
What was today's subject? What the fuck?
Oh god, what did we start? Look how far we've come.
I don't even think we introduced ourselves. I'm Nana Arthole.
I'm Marilyn Say.
And you've been listening to Unnamed Drag Podcast. And if you would like to like and comment and subscribe and share this and all of that sort of stuff, in fact share it because algorithms, let me tell you.
Turn to the person next to you and force them to listen to it.
Yeah, exactly. If you're sat on a bus, then just ram it into their face and then make them watch the video. Hey-oh!
No, consent is important.
It is. We live in a consensual... Put the sensual back in consensual.
Put the fun back in funeral.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Anyway.
So, thank you for tuning in and we'll talk to you all next week.
Is it weekly?
Yeah, I guess. Or not.
We'll talk to you next time.
Unnamed Drag Podcast.